Someone asked who had the most good in them out of all 4 villains here. I'll give you my answer in a minute, but why did so many people pick Zahir? Why did so many people pick this bald-headed demon? The most you can give Zahir in terms of status is chaotic neutral. Dude woke up with possibly the most non-violent form of bending and chose violence. His main goal was to restore balance to the world, but it was to do it by eliminating world governments, by assassinating the leaders so that people can live by their own personal beliefs. He's down to do it by any means because this motherfucker was willing to kidnap a kid Korra. And along with Unalaq, since he was a part of this shit, raised Korra up to be a damn Red Lotus avatar and serve their purposes. One of those purposes was to free Vatu's evil ass. However, when they tried to take Korra as a kid, Unalaq was not only not there, but he ended up covering his tracks when they got caught. He planned on becoming the Dark Avatar, so yeah, that just solidifies him as the worst on the list. Not to mention, he really didn't give a fuck about who he had to fuck over to achieve his goals. Dude threw one of his spies in the fog of lost souls for eternity just for getting caught and being a possible lead to him. When he escaped, he left his prison guards to survive off a bowl of rice for 3 weeks because that's when the next shift change was. Dude could have just hopped away. What kind of shit is that? I ain't really gonna knock him on what he did to the Earth Queen because that bitch was crazy. But his belief still had him down to not only kidnap but also attempt to murk an 18-year-old Korra. What kind of good is in this? In my opinion, the one that had the most good in them was Amon. Because of his backstory with his brother and his father, he believed that power is in bending and bending ain't shit when it comes to people. From that, he became the #1 bending hater, Amon, and his goals were to essentially make benders non-existent, not by killing them, but by taking their bending away permanently. And the whole season 1 shows you how that belief can actually be a thing. Because as a non-bender, what are you gonna do against a bender that wants to fuck with you? And if benders are fighting in the streets, every non-bender shit getting fucked up. Then on top of that, benders are not only the most represented in government, but also in overall law enforcement. When the Equalists started gaining more power, Tarlok and the council majority voted that the non-benders should be policed a lot more. Not only did they put a curfew on their ass, they turned their power off. And when they protested in the streets, they were getting ready to lock their ass up. Not to mention, not only were Amon's methods the most non-lethal out of the whole bunch, his first showing of taking away bending was against criminals. And Bolin was there because he was running with the triads at that time. Calm down. The most you could get on Amon for was being a hypocrite. Even though the revolution was built on a lie, that motherfucker still believed bending was the source of all evil. And it really doesn't help when there has yet to been a major non-bending antagonist. Keep in mind, he was still wrong as fuck, but in terms of good intentions and good ways of doing it, they were all there.